It's the mind behind the curtain with your hosts, Alex and Jose.
What up, y'all?
How you all doing? Get ready, because we're going to talk about the yin and the yang.
The bad, the good.
Everything universal, the positive and the negative.
The evil.
And the good, the wrong.
The unknown.
And that's right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
And it's up to you, the listeners.
Yeah, we's back.
Ow!
We's back.
That's right.
What's up?
Yeah.
That's right. Get ready. Strap in. Sit down.
We are in, and I don't know why it's stopped on us like that.
It's all good, man. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
And make sure you keep your eye on the clock. On that clock right there. Because we're gonna give you 20 minutes of what, bro?
Around the world and back.
20 minutes around the world and back, people.
Yeah.
We're just gonna talk about some random stuff, right? That's
Yep.
been going on in the media, in the news.
Yeah. And one sad part of the news is Chadwick Boseman passing away at 43 years old.
That hit us hard as Kobe, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it grabbed as much popularity as Kobe's death. But,
No.
But it's hard, man.
Well, me
it's
personally,
sad.
I wasn't a basketball fan.
Right.
But
Right.
I love Chadwick's acting for a long time.
Right. Yeah, you've been following his career. You've watched some of his old school movies.
Yeah, from The Kill Hole.
Yeah.
I started watching him from there on.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen that one.
Pretty
It's
good movie,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, it's really good. And 42, when he was a baseball player.
42.
Yeah.
That's another movie I have to watch.
Movie. Awesome movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Awesome, dude. Yeah. And then, of course, Message from the King.
That I saw.
Yeah, that was good.
You know what? Like, in Hollywood, they always groom their actors, right? Mm-hmm. And the way that he was moving towards playing the character of the Panther, they were grooming him to become this hero.
It felt like that to
right?
me. Yeah.
And the Message from the King, like, I mean, I think, was that one of his first action movies? Or
Yeah.
Right? Where he actually went out and did all his stunts
Beat
and stuff.
up people.
Used guns.
21
Bridges.
He used a chain.
That's right. He used the chain.
Yeah,
in one of the fights. 21 Bridges, right? He was in that.
Yep.
Was that? Yeah.
That's when I noticed him losing the weight.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I thought, okay, maybe he's preparing for another acting role where he has to lose weight. Right?
Yeah, because actors do that all the time.
All the time.
Right?
Yeah. So I was just like, okay, nothing of it, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is about that whole situation, only 4 people outside of his family knew about this that was in the industry.
Oh,
They knew about his illness, right?
Wow.
2 directors and I think his agent and some actor.
So he kept it pretty private. Like,
yeah,
it was very
I think
private,
he didn't want
quiet.
anyone to realize that he had.
Right, but you're right. I did notice that he started looking skinnier and skinnier. Man.
Yeah.
I also saw him in what was that? The thing about Bloods, the military. Five Bloods. Yeah, I also saw him in that, and I saw him losing weight. And again, I thought it was maybe because of the role. Right?
Yeah, because he was in Vietnam, and you do lose weight in Vietnam.
Yeah, you don't eat. You got to ration your food as a soldier, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Yeah.
So I mean, what's the future for the Panther? Like Black Panther.
The Black Panther.
The Black Panther, yeah. Sorry, man. It's getting late. It's getting late, and you know what? Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So what's the future for that? And
unsure.
You're right.
Right. Usually they insure people or actors, I should say, for smaller productions.
Right.
Right. But when it's a big production, they don't, unless it's a certain thing that they're insuring about that person.
Right.
Like like Jennifer Lopez's ass.
Right.
Okay.
Body parts.
Like that.
Her body parts are very, very insurable.
Yeah.
They have to be insured.
Yeah. Right. So I mean, it's like that, but they never did insure him for his role.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like you said, nobody really knew about it, but maybe a producer or somebody knew that he was going through this, right?
Yeah, and, his agent.
His agent, right?
And his agent was nice enough not to let it out.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Well, God bless him, and God bless the family, and all respect and condolences to all those that, loved Chadwick.
Especially his wife that he just married just before his death.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's sad, man.
Yeah.
Man, I you know what? I just hope nobody else dies in the till the end of the year at least. You know what I mean?
Or don't die.
Or don't die. Period, man.
You know,
stay healthy.
I mean, yeah, for real.
Oh man.
It's
But he died of colon cancer.
Colon
right?
cancer.
Man, but he had it for like 6 years or something like that.
4.
It was a ongoing thing, right?
Yeah, 4 years.
Man, they do say that death does come from the rectum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
You gotta be careful, man.
Yeah,
you gotta be careful what you eat. And you know what? Just to touch a point on that, I've been reading up on what causes the colon cancer.
Okay.
And one of the things that it's cause for it's fried foods. Like really fried foods. And they say that like, you know, when you're cooking foods and stuff like that, you should use like high heat resistant oils, right? Because sometimes these cooks, when they're frying stuff or they're cooking stuff, they burn the oil, they burn the butter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I personally use coconut oil.
Coconut oil is very good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And also extra virgin olive oil when I cook.
That's right. I use avocado oil.
Oh yeah, that's even good.
And man, and you know what? I tested it out. I did the test a long time ago where I put 2 frying pans next to each other, right, at the same heat. And in one I put olive oil, and the other one I put avocado oil. And the avocado oil never smoked, bro.
Wow.
I left it there for about a good 20 minutes, and the virgin or the olive oil, it wasn't extra virgin oil, it was just regular olive oil.
Okay.
Started smoking, man. And so that's when I realized that fact was true. You know what I mean? That avocado oil actually is more resistant.
Wow.
So yeah, so stay away from fried foods, man, as much as you can.
Yeah.
You know, and don't burn your food. The more burnt stuff you eat, it's bad for you.
And this isn't racist or anything, but a lot of black people out there, they love their fried food.
Oh, they love it.
Fried
of course.
chicken.
Same with Latinos, man.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's in our blood, right? Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what can you do?
You gotta change. You gotta change your habits. Yeah, they'll be frying those fucking cucumbers and shit. All right, let's move on to the next thing.
Next thing is the vaccines and the battle of the race to get the vaccine.
Ooh, it's a race to arms, man.
It is.
Yeah, let's see who arms themselves first.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, look at Russia right now. They are basically skipped.
You're right. Right.
The third phase.
That's right, yeah. And they actually went past the third phase or something like that, right?
Yeah, they started vaccine.
And they just went right on to the fourth phase, testing it on humans.
And it just came out a couple of days ago that is actually showing signs of immune response.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's working.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing, man. So it's not growing titties on anybody. So what do you think the future on that is? Like, do you think Russia is going to be the savior of the world? Do you think they're going to come out and say,
I don't think there's going to be any savior of the world, to tell you the truth. I think they all just want to kill us.
They're like, we don't need these guys. We got soldiers.
Yeah.
They're basically our slaves.
I mean, right now, they're ahead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But 2 days right after Russia said this, China comes out and said, we've been vaccinating our medical personnel and our military since July.
Of course. They want to jump the boat.
Yeah.
Or they want to be ahead of the race.
And they probably haven't vaccinated their own ass.
I mean, for all we know, they're injecting us with Kool-Aid. You know, we never know what the hell they're injecting us with. And on that note, you know, like, when it comes to testing these vaccines, the first one to get tested are, like you said, medical personnel, the military, soldiers that volunteer for all this stuff, right?
Yep.
And that brings up a comment, and this is a little bit out of what we were talking about, but on the news, they've been talking about how Trump said that, you know, these veterans that passed away, he called them losers and all this stuff, right?
Wow.
And he's defending himself. He's saying, no, I didn't call them losers and all this stuff. But it seems like a tactic to discredit him and to make him look bad and stuff. And yeah, he made a bad comment about what's his name, Kane or whatever his name was. What's his name? Anyway, an ex-veteran that was running for president as well. And he and he said, well, you know what? You got caught, because he had got caught. He was like a soldier that got caught during the war. Oh. And he's like, well, if you got caught, then you're not a good soldier. You're a loser. Whoa. So that came from there. But you know what? On that note, we got to respect all the people that are really on the front line, man. Like, all the medical officials or health officials, all the military staff, all the soldiers, all the people that are really out there, man.
Exactly. And talking about Trump, we can go to the U.S. now.
Yes.
The U.S. government said that they're not going to participate into the global initiative for development and manufacturing the vaccine.
Right. They're not going to do that.
No.
So
because they say that the lead on this is the World Hate Organization, as I call it.
Yeah.
But the WHO.
Who?
Yeah.
Who? Those bad guys?
Yeah.
The bad guys.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are working on their own vaccine. That's no
we
secret,
know that,
right?
Warp speed or whatever.
And well, that's another thing that they're doing. They have I think it's called the Warp project or whatever, Warp Speed project. Yeah, which is basically extracting plasma from individuals who have built antibodies, pulling plasma out of their blood. Yeah. And I'm actually going to be volunteering for one of those.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, man. I know. So they're going to see if I have the antibodies, and if I do, they're going to extract my plasma and use it for patients. There is 70% success rate right now.
70, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there is some things that are working, and, whether they're making us believe it or not, it's out there on the news, right?
Yeah.
What else is out there, bro?
About the vaccines a little bit more. The head of the Russian government owned investment fund said that the vaccine would go through a phase 3 testing in the United Arabs, Saudi Arabia, and other countries, according to the state-owned TASS Russian news agency. But the officials said that the purchase request for 1 billion doses, 1 billion doses had been received for 20 countries in Latin America, Middle East, and Asia, and elsewhere.
Whoa. They're hitting Latin America pretty hard, man.
That's what I heard, too.
Yeah, really hard, bro. And
I feel sorry for them.
Oh, man. I can see why Mexico got a seat in the UN, man. Right now, Mexico is they're already getting their vaccines.
They're getting hit hard.
Yeah, they're getting hit hard, man. And I wouldn't pass the notion that Mexico eventually is going to say enough. We had enough. Same with Italy. And that's going to lead us to our next thing, that Italy right now is saying that, they had enough with this COVID thing. They don't even want to talk about it. But yet they
just came out today as well with Italy stating that they have more spread of it.
That's right. They're getting their second wave or something like that. And they had to cancel schools, no?
In France.
That was in France? Okay, that was in France. It wasn't Italy. 22 schools got canceled in France. Yeah. So that France is
they just opened them.
Yeah. And France is about 2 weeks ahead of Canada, and about a week ahead of Italy. So
and when we say
it's just
that,
a trickle
it's
effect.
Phases.
It's phases. It's a trickle effect. Yeah. Whatever happens to certain countries eventually will happen to us, right? So this is why we're going around the world in 20 minutes.
Yeah, for real. Well, obviously we know it's a vaccine race. That's the bottom line.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. And I mean, to a certain degree, there is people that have invested their whole lives, in determining, or actually not determining, but trying to find a cure for all these diseases. But there's also the other side of the coin, or that other side of the coin, where there's individuals, right? Very educated individuals that spend day in, day out in labs trying to figure out how these viruses work. Yeah. Right? So and
they're putting their lives on the line.
And they're putting their lives on the line, man. And how can we balance that, right? Like, how can we understand what is the real motive behind it? Finding out the cure and actually examining these viruses, right? And mutating them.
And that's what I was about to say, about the mutation, about the manipulation of them.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me at all. Why do they do that?
I think it all comes down to money, right?
Like biological warfare.
In biological warfare, man, control of the populace, right? Of the population control, and blah blah blah. I mean, we can look at it in a conspiracy side and say, okay, these billionaires, this elite, they want to get rid of the poor, they want to get rid of all the people that are like, dependence of the government and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, the truth is that these billionaires are making money. And they're making tons of money out of this thing, man.
Yeah,
like lots. So it's in their best interest to keep pushing this agenda, right? Yeah. And to keep pushing the narrative of saying, hey, don't go out. You're going to kill your grandparents. And obviously we feel guilty because they're our grandparents, man. Yeah. They're the elderly. You know what I mean? Yeah,
they took care of us.
Exactly,
so
man.
We got to take care of them and be respectful and wear masks. And
and you know, and it's as simple as staying away. That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, a cold can kill them. You know what I mean? A simple flu can kill them.
Exactly.
So yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Let's go into China still, and it is a shocking situation going on there right now.
Tell me about it.
They lost.
Huge deal.
Get this, a deal with Thailand.
Yeah. Thailand, out of all places, man.
Well, it was for I think I'm saying this right. The Croc Canal plan.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And this Croc Canal plan was supposed to make China be making an alternative sea route through the Strait of Malacca.
Okay. Yeah.
And this was for the Chinese to become more of a blue navy than a green navy they are right now, right?
Right.
And it was just geostrategic. It wasn't economic.
Right. Okay.
To them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I mean, the purpose of building canals is obviously in order to. I mean, the purpose of building the canal is for transportation.
Exactly.
Right. And then whoever builds it, right, can charge taxes. Can charge a fee.
And this is why Thailand went out of the deal, because they said is not worth us asking for like $40,000 to $50,000 for each ship to go through.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth for them to build it. So now they're going to build a bridge instead.
Okay.
And China's still out the deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now, I mean.
And they're going to do their own ports as well.
Right. I mean, from building a canal, obviously, I mean, I'm not an architect or an engineer, but I've seen how some of these canals work. Like the most famous one being the Panama Canal. It has like a dam feature, like a dam type feature where they close up the dam and then the water
rises and
lowers and
rises.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So it has that kind of technology in it. Now, in that sense, I mean, I think it's good for the environment not to build a canal, because what happens if like maybe that dam breaks or something? You know what I mean? So keep it on the ground, man. Yeah.
And another thing is that Thailand stepped away from the sub deal too, which was $724 million.
Wow. And some, you mean like submarines?
Submarines.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Not Subway.
Like, are they going to be processing our meats?
No. Yeah. For a sub deal, because on Twitter, all the not the politicians, but the population went on Twitter and went against the deal. Saying it's not going to help our economy if you buy those subs.
Right.
Which is true.
Yeah.
Put into the economy. That's not going to help.
Yeah. Somebody should tell that to Trudeau, man.
Yeah, I know.
Stop investing in all these like charity companies. Exactly. All right, man. Okay, so what's next? Let's hit the next one.
Okay, let's go to Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, Joe, man.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Mr.
the deal that he's the king of podcasts, man. I heard somewhere that this year he made $500 million off his podcast.
Spotify.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
like, that's insane, man.
Yeah.
And I also watched just part of this documentary on how he started. Right, he's always looking for ventures. Very smart guy, man. You know, an athlete himself. But now he's found like something that he's comfortable in, and obviously he's been doing it for years.
He must be if you move from LA down to Texas,
right? And that's official,
right?
Like he moved to Texas. He always talked about Texas because Texas is it's kind of like a country on its own, man.
Yeah,
you know, they're telling the rest of the United States to fuck off, right? You know, they're like, fuck you, man. Yeah. We don't want to fucking abide by your rules. Yeah. We're Texan, right? And Joe's got that mentality,
mentality,
right? Yeah. And if you want to be around people that are woke, right, or a Woken, you gotta head down to Texas, right? Because that's where shit is real, man. Yeah. Well, I'm glad for him, man.
Yeah, but the thing is with the Spotify scenario right now, I mean, I think fans are going to be upset.
Right.
Because when you go on Spotify into their archives for Joe Rogan, a lot of stuff is missing.
Damn.
A lot of his podcasts.
Right.
Right? And I think it's because they were controversial guests that he had.
Right.
Right? Like Alex Jones and other people. I think it was Chris D'Ella.
Right.
Right? And some other cats that I can't even pronounce.
The comedian?
Yeah,
he's getting a lot of backlash right now, and he also had his podcast, but he hasn't been doing his podcast since he got called out on some verbal abuse towards a young girl or something like that, or something like that, right? Yeah. We don't want to make this sound like gossiping, but something he's kind of falling off for a little bit.
Yeah, but I think the fans are going to be falling off from Joe Rogan a little bit too, because if they start to censor what he's putting out, right. It's not the same Joe Rogan experience like he said it was going to be.
Oh, totally. And at one point, I think Joe Rogan was all about non-censorship. Like he was like, "Hey, listen, I want to talk about what I want to talk about," you know, like. And
he said it was going to be like,
and
that.
Let me be, you know, because people need to learn about this stuff. And it's not that he like, let's say he talks about doing DMT and all this stuff and having all this experience with mushrooms and psychedelics, and you know, and he's in a way educating the youth, right? So he is an icon. He is like somebody that people look up to. You know what I mean? So people are gonna take him serious, and they might try those drugs, right? Yeah. But he never meant to talk about those things in a bad way. Like he never had any malicious intent. You know. But I get it. Spotify was going to censor him. Yeah. I get it. And I knew it. As soon as I heard that he was going to get that deal, I'm like, Joe, you're going to get censored.
You're going to get censored.
You're going to get censored.
Yeah. I felt that too, man.
100%.
Unfortunately for the fans, it's not going to be the same experience.
Exactly.
But I got to give him this. Your studio is pimped out, Joe.
Yeah. Check out the pictures, man.
It looks like Space Odyssey. I'm serious. Red and all that, looking like a spaceship, like you about to fly out of fucking Earth. Straight up.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That's awesome.
He's great. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's check on the time and see how much time we got left.
I don't know.
But I feel like we might just be touching on our last topics, right?
We got something a little bit on the lighter side.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Lego's introducing Brill blocks, right?
Okay.
You know the Brill. I think it's saying it right, Brill.
Brill, yeah. Like for people, you know how they have Brill
visual impairment.
Yeah, when they have books where the blind can read.
Yeah. So they're making these blocks for children with visual impairments, and it came out of France when they shot a pilot about it. Okay. And it blew up, obviously. Yeah. And now it's going into the United States, France, Germany, Brazil, UK, Denmark, Norway, and 20 other countries next year. And the toolkit contains a lot of bricks. So the theory is that you can write long sentences and do mathematical equations.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Hey, well, let's leave on that note, man.
Yeah.
And
and BC. We got to come back to BC.
Okay. Let's talk about BC.
Today they just did a test run, or test drive, I should say, with a how could I put this? It's like a robot, but it's not a robot. Okay. It's like you in it and you're moving around and stuff like that.
So hold on. So it's not virtual? It's
real.
Okay. Yeah, so you sit in this mechanical thing.
Exoskeleton.
It's okay. Cool, man. Yeah. Right on.
And they're just trying to test it out today. Yeah. And they had the first test driver, and he was walking with it. Yeah. And it's so hard, the controls, I heard. But it looks sick.
So they're gonna like tweak up all the little glitches here and there. But it looks pretty impressive.
Yeah, and then they want to do obstacle courses and make races with them and stuff like that.
Right. That's pretty cool, crazy, man. Yeah. Well, hopefully they won't use it against us.
Yeah. Maybe. Gonna be the new
maybe they'll use it for all altruistic purposes, you know?
You didn't hear from me, but that could be the future of our police.
That could be. All right, on that note, thank you for watching again. This is the mind behind the curtain.
Yeah, we out. Till next time, y'all.
Peace.
And let me find the outro. I don't think I have the outro.
We don't have an outro, but we were gonna work on one, man.
Please out, man.